It was my oldest daughter, Jessie, who catapulted me into the world of temperaments. When she was in 7th grade, I realized the health of our mother-daughter relationship was in jeopardy. It was obvious that we were completely different people, and I didn't know how to relate to her. As she was about to enter her teenage years, I knew I had to do something to find a way to connect, or else we were going to drift far apart. Jessie is free-spirited and extremely artistic. I can barely draw a stick figure. She is insensitive, calm under pressure, and avoids conflict. I am sympathetic to others' needs, panic in emergencies, and am always in problem-solving mode. Jessie's tough exterior and poker face hide her true feelings, while I openly express my frustrations, and sometimes I just need a shoulder to cry on. Learning how to connect with Jessie on her level has been one of the most rewarding experiences. Although we are very different people, we respect each other and have gained appreciation for how we are both uniquely wired. Jessie is pretty awesome, and I actually envy her ability to remain calm, cool, and collected on any given day. In our other relationships, both Jessie and I have found that the knowledge gained in understanding the 4 temperaments has also benefited us greatly. Being a hostess at a local restaurant, Jessie knew how to properly respond to both difficult coworkers and demanding customers. In high school, she could quickly identify her teacher's dominant character traits, which enabled her to best meet their expectations. With regards to choosing her friends, Jessie is able to recognize who would be an asset and who would be toxic. Likewise, my relationships have improved dramatically, primarily for 3 reasons. First, I am fully aware of my dominant traits, which includes both my strengths and weaknesses. Second, I can identify my audience. And third, I manage my behavior accordingly. For example, I save my analytical discussions for when I'm with my husband, my detailed stories for when I am with my mom, and my love for being around animals for when I am with my youngest daughter. The secret to healthy relationships is based on what I call the A.I.M model. A for acknowledge, I for identify, and M for manage. So our journey will begin with A for acknowledge. On my website, Thrive in the Real World, I have posted a document under the Downloads tab titled Spectrums. It would benefit you greatly to download this document and fill it out accordingly, as this is the first step to acknowledging your natural wiring. As you look at the document, you will notice that there are 2 columns. The words in the left column are connected by dots to the words in the right column. Place an X along each of the dotted lines as to where you believe you fall on the spectrum. It doesn't matter where you place your X, as long as you are honest with your assessment. Feel free to seek the assistance of a close friend or family member to help fine-tune your decisions. Sometimes other people can shed light on an area of our behavior that we may have trouble identifying or admitting. If this exercise spurs a conversation as to why and where you would place your X, that's even better. The entire point is for you to start acknowledging your natural character traits. Let's take a closer look at the 7 different areas located on the document so that you fully understand their meanings before you begin placing your X's. Line 1. If you are optimistic, you think of the best possible outcomes, dream of possibilities, and are blissfully upbeat. If you are pessimistic, you think of the worst-case scenarios, focus on the obstacles, and have a negative attitude. Realists are somewhere in between, but tend to be more pessimistic than optimistic. On line 2, if you are sensitive, you care about others' feelings and can easily show sympathy. Insensitive means you have no concern for the way others feel or the problems they are facing. On line 3, if you are introverted, you recharge your energy by being alone and typically at home. Social outings deplete your energy. If you are extroverted, you recharge your energy by being with or around people or away from your home base. Being isolated depletes your energy. On line 4, emotionally, we can be outward or inward. Outward people openly express what they feel, can be dramatic, and have frequent outbursts. Inward people suppress or hide their feelings, maintaining a stoic expression and rarely smile. On line 5, when faced with conflict, some people fight and others flee. If you are in fight mode, you strive to resolve disagreements and find solutions to problems. If you are in flight mode, you escape mentally, emotionally, and many times physically, hoping that the issue will disappear all on its own. On line 6, high energy people are extremely active and rarely sit still for very long. They do not require a lot of sleep, and their energy seems endless. Low energy people have limited amounts of energy and will carefully decide when and how to use it. They do not like to overexert themselves, can be slow to react, and choose prolonged periods of little to no physical activity. And on line 7, risk takers are people who are not afraid to try something even if it results in failure. They are open to new ideas and pursue exciting challenges with the hope of receiving a reward. Those who play it safe desire a stable, routine lifestyle surrounded by protected boundaries. They try to control their environment to avoid any surprises or unexpected problems. After completing the document, pay attention to how your selections play out in your day-to-day life. You might even end up tweaking some of your initial choices. It can be reassuring to see the words and their meanings, to know that these are normal human behaviors. Although I dislike some of my traits, I realize that it's just a part of how I am naturally wired. I urge you to take your time filling out the Spectrums document and be as honest with yourself as possible. Remember, this is just the first step in getting to know who you really are. Check out Step 2 of my podcast, ironically titled Wired Step 2, to continue your journey.